darkness. It's tyranny under the name of a nanny state. Oh, look at this, the Hollywood Reporter. Nielsen sued for billions over allegedly manipulating TV ratings. Really? You think so? You think so? You think they manipulate the ratings? Folks, the entire television system is a paper tiger fraud. They have a fraction of the viewers that people think they do. I've been all over national television. I've been basically, you name it, I've been on it. If it's a news program or a talk program or whatever. I've been on Nightline, The View, CNN probably 15 times, Fox News, on and on and on. You name it, I've been on it. No response to speak of. The View, I had a lot of women say they saw me on it, so that's actually a pretty big show. But these other shows, no response. Almost no response. You go on some big city market radio show where you can actually talk to somebody for 30 minutes and talk to a few 100,000, you get a big response. You see traffic to your website, you see books, videos sold, you see stories get out there. This is all a big fraud. The whole thing's a facade. The whole thing's a fraud. The whole thing's a scam. It's a bunch of posers sitting up there trying to dictate to you the nature of reality. So there's that. I mean, does anybody even care that there are literally hundreds, I say hundreds, it's really thousands, of mainline studies that fluoride eats your brain and that they put it in there to hurt you? I mean, again, we have a government of people that, on record, kill our troops, little kids, you name it, in secret tests that are public now, and that put stuff in the water to brain damages, okay? The more you research reality, the crazier it gets how far the ruling class has gotten. The globalists that control trillions of dollars per family are extremely shadowy, but more and more their program is coming out in the open. They are tax exempt, they pay no taxes. They have it set up where they selectively enforce, where all their money goes offshore and can globally operate and be invested anywhere they want at 0% tax. Some of them pay 1-2%. People like Google. They are openly run drugs and white slavery, child kidnapping, snuff films. It all comes out in the news, too. And none of them get in trouble. They run all the drug aircraft. They land at all the military bases. The cocaine, heroin, little kids, loaded on, off, publicly. It even comes out in the news. No one stops them. The police are all outside the base writing old ladies' tickets and stuff, just frenzying with all their new drones and electroshock and all the fun, watching America just literally implode on itself. And, I mean, I sit here watching it where, it comes out that HSBC was running Al-Qaeda and laundering their money for them. Of course they were. Who do you think Al-Qaeda is? It's the sword of the New World Order. Comes out, this big bank's laundering $376 billion. This one's laundering $122 billion. Nobody gets in trouble. And now they've got legislation introduced to, by the way, I finally read the whole bill last night. It makes you get a license to buy ammo. It restricts what you can own. It bans most semi-autos, bans all mags over 10 rounds, possession. No one's even covering that, and it looks like it could pass. I mean, that's what I'm talking about, folks. I've reached the level of all I think about is I wake up in the middle of the night and think, get out of the United States. Get out. Just run to the South Pacific. Go live in a shack somewhere. But that's my instinct for survival. My physical focused intent, and I'm going to go to break here and come back and go to your calls, is hire more people, expand, make more films, more TV shows, fight the enemy. But I'm just telling you, ladies and gentlemen, if you're a new listener and you're like, oh, this guy's fear-mongering, you know what? I wish every second I was. I told you Sandusky wasn't acting alone. I told you Paterno and all of them were involved. You notice he conveniently died. They just hired the head of that university to work at the NSA and said, oh, it's in national security. We can't tell you what he's doing. That's what world government is. Are you ready for the announcement? It is a league of criminals who declare that they have diplomatic immunity, have the media sell the hoax, have big armored limos and Secret Service standing around them in a status thing, so we all stand back and go, ooh, ah, and let them then commence in their takeover. The world government is a group of criminals with diplomatic immunity. They've got a bill very close to passing. In fact, they're saying it's probably going to pass, where Monsanto and other GMO companies get total liability protection forever, cannot be sued, and everything gets automatically approved. That's their answer to a giant backlash is, you can't label, and by the way, we're going to make you eat this. And then we've got all their documents where their own people, their own genetic engineers on their high-tech reservations at the Monsanto facilities a decade ago, 12 years ago, just type in Monsanto cafeteria, no GMO. They refuse to eat what they're producing for you. Yeah, because it's a bioweapon. Total immunity. I mean, this is a total globalist assault we're in the middle of. There is no left. There's no right. You've got idiots that are trendies that believe in the system and are totally gullible. Those are liberals. Poor, pathetic jellyfish. Above them, craven, hardcore criminals who act like they're liberals who aren't. Okay? Mercenaries, you name it. On the right, you've got well-meaning dupes as well who are pro-Second Amendment, pro-family. They've got good values, but they're total dupes when it comes to thinking Fox News and these people are their friends. Even when Savage says you don't need semi-auto or big clips, even when Bill O'Reilly says ban all semi-auto, Bill Kristol says it, Rupert Murdoch says it, and it's like, well, maybe we should turn them in. They think if you're a businessman, oh, well, we better, get this guy for office because he's a businessman. Was he a businessman that invented something? Or is he some globalist front group who used government to shut down their competition, who got government bailouts, government contracts? See, we're just in a heap of trouble. And I'm basically here so that as all of this unfolds, you have a chance to understand what's happening. We're going to come back with your phone calls. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
We're on the march.
I'm Alex Jones. I'm your host as we blast out across the world on global shortwave WWCR simulcast at XM 166 and transmitting on over 115 AM and FM stations here in the former Republic of the United States, now captured. They are mopping up what's left of the First Amendment, deploying paramilitary police and regular army and other armed services across the country. They are preparing to launch new wars where they can take our rights and liberties during the wartime progress and are continuing their psych warfare attacks on the family and everything decent through the television set that they assault people's psyche with on a daily basis. The globalists are losing control even as they expand and are panicking, trying to shut down the web and the free press. But I'm here to tell them the genie is out of the bottle. The train left the station. There is no putting your New World Order back together again. So go ahead and try to build it. Even as you build it, it's collapsing under you. All right, we're going to go to your phone calls now on the, just the big general subject of, well, we're busy talking about Obama, Romney, Labor, Tory, whatever the case is in your country. While we're busy fighting over this, you notice it's global standardization, a global corporate monopoly takeover. And it's not just like these corporations want to run our lives. They want to set up a total planetary system to cut off resources. That is the stated goal. That is the stated plan. They do not like wealth. They do not like you doing well. Poverty is the game. Now, again, there's one final point I want to make, but I will make it after I go to some of the phone calls here. I have asked the listeners, generally to just, I want your take on the magnitude of all this. Because we don't have any hope of ever defeating the globalist if we can't really pull back and really analyze the full depth and breadth of what we're up against. Every time I hear mainline neocons go, these dumb liberals, they're not dumb. They are taking point in the change of society to bring us into domestication and enslavement. And the Republicans play the part of the opposition so that they can control the opposition. And anytime we're about to fully flip them, we're very close to beating them. If people can just wake up to how really bad they are and really get disgusted and really have some good old-fashioned, not even hate, but just understanding that this is the enemy. It's beyond hate. I don't even hate the New World Order anymore, except when I start thinking about all the stuff they do to kids. It makes me really angry. But it's not even really hate. It's just like animal understanding of this enemy's got to be run into the ground. It's beyond hatred. It's just, I'm ready in the info war to do what needs to be done. You know what I'm talking about. There's not a question. There's not. It's beyond hate. It's survival. It's wholesomeness to want to destroy these people, to want to crush them. It's not enough to run the globalists to the hills, ladies and gentlemen. They have got to be absolutely identified, exposed, arrested, tried, and destroyed. Because they want to destroy us. Look at their fruits. They attack everything good. They hate with a venomous stench everything wholesome. You see something good, you like it. I see something good, I like it. Our hearts are good, but they're also desperately wicked. But we choose goodness. The globalists have chosen wickedness, and they like it. They see it, and they think it's good. We see it, and it stinks. Evil is exciting to them. And notice the system. This is the most important thing I probably ever told you. Please listen. The system is always, shh, no, settle down. Lower the rhetoric, lower the rhetoric. Don't get upset, be quiet, be reasonable, compromise. But notice they never compromise. Notice their rhetoric is in our face. They're trying to scare us. They're trying to terrorize us. They're trying to do extreme things to us. They're always trying to push the envelope because they know what they're doing and they are committed. You're not going to negotiate with them, any of that. And so when I get up here and describe the fact that they put cancer viruses in over 200 million Americans' vaccines just with polio alone, and I've got videos of the inventors bragging that they gave us cancer and laughing in a PBS television show produced in Boston, the inventors of it admitting that, well, there are too many people. We killed people. I mean, I've played that clip probably 40 times over the years. They think you're so dumb, they get on the news nationwide and tell you mercury is good for your child's brain. They know since the 20s that fluoride causes retardation. And adjuvants accelerates all the other chemicals, just as the big Harvard study just showed, that they're calling breakthrough. You think they're just hitting you with fluoride? They are gauging how to kill us and how to dumb us down. We can't get mad at the public, unable to wake up and get angry. A lot of them are too far gone, folks. These are walking casualties. People always say, aren't you worried about getting killed? Folks, there's no future if we don't beat these people. No, I go get in my bed at night and I go to sleep. I'm not worried about myself, my wife, my kids, even though I love my kids more than life itself, because they don't have a future if we don't beat these people. It's kind of like that. Okay, the ship is in freezing water. It's got a time bomb in the bottom. It's going to blow. The ship's going to break in two. We're all going to die if I don't get in there and disarm that. My kids are up on the deck. There's a bunch of globalist zombies up there. They're trying to stop us. You know what? They've got to be thrown to the wind. I'm being really honest with you here, ladies and gentlemen. Everything's got to be thrown.